Welcome to Caching in the Northwest. This is the official podcast of GeoWoodstock 18 right here in the great Pacific Northwest. Each week, we're going to talk about caches and cachers from here and all around the globe. So while you're rearranging your furniture for the 5th time today, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
Only 5? It's a slow day.
It was a slow day for me.
Yeah. Well, hey, of course that means it's time to bring in our border crossing baboon. Some say he spends over 12 hours a day in a hot tub. And others say he has all the charm of a border agent on his 3rd consecutive shift. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, wow. Hey, guys, good to be here.
I just read what they tell me.
Just cold reading, man. Just following orders. I love it. So down below me, I have 2 guests coming into the show. Ladies first, Kathleen, Baja Betty, welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody.
And on the other side down here, I have Chris Brew, MC3 Cats. MC3 Cats, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Welcome. Thank you.
All right. And for folks who may not be familiar with why these 2 people are on the show, this is our official, very first ever Hands Across the Border episode. So every year in the Pacific Northwest, we have, in the last couple of years, had a really cool event where the Washington State Geocaching Association, represented by MC3 Cats, and the BC Geocaching Association, represented by Baja Betty, host an event together, and folks meet up at the border. We have a park that actually spans the border. It's really cool. Everybody hangs out. We have a really great event. This year, of course, we're not able to have the event. So we have moved the event indoors and online, and we are taking down the internet at 9 p.m. like we always do.
That's right.
Yay.
Yay.
You can feel it slowing down a little bit now.
We do our best. We do our best. And folks, this is going to be a really special episode. We are going to have a game show, and we've got another special guest we're going to bring in a little bit later, joining us from the other side of the world, just to be here for you to host a special game show edition. And if you want to play along, there's one of two things you need to do. Either on your web browser, go to kahoot.it, kahoot.it, or install the Kahoot app on your smartphone or tablet, and then you'll be able to play along. So we're going to give you some time to do that while we roll into the rest of the show here. So that's kind of the key stuff. And then, of course, now is the time when we let you know how much we appreciate the support of our patrons. And key amongst them is Landsharks, our corporate Denali level sponsor. Landsharks is still open and shipping every day. And now, right now, fire tax are on sale until the end of May. It's a great time to be thinking about placing, maintaining, or going out and finding some night caches, and Landsharks will help you see the light. If you want to know more about supporting the show, click that Patreon link on the CachingNW.com website.
I think I'm going to reflect a little more on buying those.
Of course you are.
Fire tax.
No, I
saw
need
those.
a drink after all that.
Yes, I need some of those. So Landsharks, get ready. You're going to get an order from me.
No,
But speaking of fire tax and reflecting, it's time for the glow. Oh, did you see how I did that?
Very smooth.
We call it the geocaching log of the week. And you know what? I didn't even paste one in there yet because I've been so excited about everything that's going on.
There isn't one there to read. So I
But
was wondering how that was
you know
going to work.
what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the freshest one I've got.
Okay.
Well, first, let me tell you what a glow is.
Do
A
that.
glow is a geocaching log of the week. And whether you wrote it, whether you read it, we want to hear about it because great logs simply make geocaching better. You can send an email or a field recording to feedback@cachingnw.com. You can call into 253-693-TFTC. You could use the voicemail tool right there on the website, or you could even contact me through Geocaching Messenger and send me your glow. That's what Sprouter did just today.
Wow, it's just from today. This is
Yeah,
a recent flow.
this is so fresh.
Okay. Well, Sprouter, as you mentioned, found dirt cache, earth cache. And, I think I know somebody that really likes earth caches.
Baja Betty.
Anyway, yeah, that's what it is. That's who it is. Okay, so this is from GC13RBE. And the log reads, where to start with this earth cache? Well, on May 20th of 2017, hashtag Team Squirrel, that's Broncos fan for life and Sprouter, we're in Oregon doing some caching. As we were heading home, we spotted this earth cache kind of on the way back north. On the drive to Ground Zero, I was reading the webpage and thought, this is probably the most experiment-driven earth cache I have seen. Okay, challenge accepted. We got to the Ground Zero, collect our soil samples, and head home after a great day of caching. The next day, I started trying to figure out how I could best complete this experiment. So I put my sample in a small Rubbermaid container and did the required work. After a few days, I realized the container I used was not working as well as I hoped, so I scrapped it. Thankfully, when I gathered the soil, I filled 2 bags just in case of this type of failure. After this failure, I became a little more hesitant about actually doing the experiment, and after a few weeks, basically forgot about it. Fast forward to 2020. I'd moved into my new place a year and a half ago and finally got around to going through some moving boxes in the garage, thanks to the COVID-19 quarantine and boredom. I found boxes of geocaching stuff, and in one of those boxes was my last soil sample for this earth cache. I decided I'm going to finish this. I got a better container for the equipment and started it 2 weeks ago. I let the soil settle per the earth cache and finally got around to doing the last part this morning. Printed out my soil sheet and plotted my answers. Wow, just 5 days shy of 3 years, and I can officially call this earth cache complete. I actually ended up liking this earth cache a lot because it was some much different than any I have ever done before. So for that, I'll add this to my favorites. Thanks for putting this earth cache together and helping me learn something.
Nice glow.
Cool. You
Good
know,
log.
you learn something on every earth cache.
Yeah, it's a lot like homework.
Yeah.
That's why Mrs. Monkey doesn't like them.
I like her.
I won't go into my DNFs I've gotten on my earth caches.
Ooh.
Okay, so tonight, folks, if you want to add to the festivities going on, use the hashtag HAB. That's hands across the border, but just using the first letter of each one, because who wants to type? HAB for tonight's chat. And of course, you can always use hashtag Patats and toss something in for the after show. You see what we did there? Same thing. Pretty soon, you're going to figure this out. Now, before we get
hoping you will.
started, we have a very different kind of episode tonight for you listeners. We want you to play along. So you'll need to go download an app called Kahoot if you've already done that, or you can go to kahoot.it in your web browser. Now, the app is free, doesn't cost you anything. You don't even need to sign up. It's quick and easy. We're going to give you some time to do that while we talk with our guests.
There you go. Thank you very much. So yeah, hopefully you guys are doing that. And the other thing to let you know is, as we've alluded to, and haven't really alluded to, we've really been quite frank about it. We've got some great prizes. So I think our guests have brought some prizes, and I'm bringing some prizes on behalf of the podcast. So based on the outcomes of the games, we're going to be awarding. So I've got a Land Monkey geocoin, trackable geocoin, that I'll be awarding out to one of the folks who are watching the show live tonight. And one of our listeners to the podcast who lives up in Campbell River, Paul, has donated a 2011 BCGA spring geocoin that he donated as a gift to the podcast. So I'll be awarding that tonight as well. So a couple prizes from me, but the real prizes tonight are that we get to spend time with Chris and Kathleen. So welcome to the show, you guys. It's a pleasure to have you. And as we introduced you right off the start, Kathleen Baha Betty, you are with which organization?
With the British Columbia Geocaching Association, the BCGA.
And what's the role that you hold there?
We are the portal to caching in BC. We just like to help everybody out, get projects off the ground, do some geocaching 101s, some CETOs, make people like geocachers. So that's important.
It is important. I agree.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mr. Cats, or is it Mr. Three Cats? I don't know. Can you
Sounds
share
like
the
four cats, but we won't even get into that.
Yeah, too much work to change the handle, and Land Monkey gets all confused with the reading your name and everything. But maybe you can share what's the WSGA up to these days in this days of quarantine and pandemic? How do you support geocachers through the WSGA?
Well, we do a lot of the same stuff that the BCGA does. Of course, what we do it in Washington, just a tad bit south of the 49th. But we do geocaching events. We have chapter reps that represent various portions of the state. We also do CETOs. We do a lot of outreach too. We get requests through our website, and we'll go and do geocaching classes for a scouts group or teen librarian that wants to do a class for some kids during the summer. Whoever contacts us and wants to know more about geocaching, we'll send a representative and do a class and teach kids or adults or whoever. Heck, I'll even go to the zoo and teach monkeys how to do geocaching. Oh, sorry.
Awesome. Thank you. I
You
appreciate
can come
that.
every Thursday night.
Wasn't picking on you though, Jay.
All right, I don't learn very well, so it's all good.
So that's what we do. And what we're doing right now, it's a little tough for us to do events and such, of course, with our reviewers, and the events and everything are pretty much locked down right now. In fact, they're not even listing any new caches at all at this point. Though I am hearing that some of the rural counties in Eastern and Central Washington, if they're in a phase 2, that they are looking at allowing caches over there. But as events go, they're definitely shut down until further notice. So we're kind of hanging out like everybody else is right now. Just kind of waiting.
Yeah, we're all doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so, Kathleen, what's going on these days with the BCGA? Is kind of a similar situation to WSGA?
Yeah, everything has been postponed. We had lots of, we have a class set of GPSs that we'll send out to different groups too. So everybody's canceled their orders on those. We've had to cancel all of our classes, but we're hoping in the fall that we'll get that back going and be allowed to socialize with people
Awesome.
and cache with people.
And cash. I know we all miss people, but hey, we're here to do Hands Across the Border tonight. We're going to have some fun with it. So I'm going to turn over to the boss of the show here, and you want to take us wherever we're going next?
Okay, thank you. Oh, that's me, by the way.
Yeah, boss of everything.
So did we mention what the Hands Across the Border event is? I mean, it's am I mistaken? Is there only been one, and this was supposed to be the second?
This was supposed to be the second.
Yeah. So, I mean, we meet in a park right there at the border, and it's just a time for geocachers to get together. It's time for the Canadians and the Americans to get together and show that, through geocaching, we're just one community.
Yeah, that was kind of the crux of the event when we did it last year. Kathleen and I are involved in a geo organization Slack group, and that's kind of the nucleus of this event. Sort of came out of that group. That's where we met each other, and it was kind of this idea of like, hey, we should do this. Why not?
We actually met each other at Tim Hortons.
Yeah, so we actually I came up to Abbotsford and met at Tim. Well, it's Tim Hortons. You can't get much more Canadian than that, really. So I'm like, heck, I'll go up there and meet you. Why not? And I got to do some caching around the area, which was kind of nice too. So Yeah, so we just we got together and talked about it, and we thought the Peace Arch Park was a great place to have it because it's such an iconic location, such a beautiful park. It seems like both sides of the park try to outdo each other with the gardening and the flowers and everything. So we thought, what a perfect location to have the event. And so we were going to take turns hosting the event. So the US side got to do it last year, and so unfortunately the Canadian side has it this year, and of course COVID threw a big old monkey wrench in that program there, but I hope we can do it though.
Yeah, there's a lot of monkey slams going on.
No, I know. I'm not trying to slam you, Jay. Really, I'm not. It may seem that way.
Oh, we're just monkeying around.
There you go.
We only toss your name out there because we like you.
Thank you.
Well,
there you go.
We think to be fair, we better bring in a neutral third party for this.
Good idea.
Yeah. So we had to look far and wide to find someone that hasn't been to a Tim Hortons in Canada. And I don't know if we've done it, but we've reached out to Craig or C. Michelle. Hello, how are you?
G'day, Chris. G'day, guys. How you all going?
We're doing very well. Now, Craig, tell us a little bit about what's going to happen. Well, first of all, there may be a geocacher who doesn't know who you are. I don't know how, but it's possible.
There's a few, mate. There's a few. They understand the voice, I think, before anything else. It's the accent. Everyone loves the accent for some reason. I don't know what it is. But I'm not that neutral, by the way, just to let you know. Actually, you know what I am? Because you see, I'm part of the Commonwealth here in Australia. It was same as Canada. Yeah. But in saying that, like sometime this year, I'm hoping to move to the US. So, I pretty much am neutral. Actually, it's quite good.
He's getting a thumbs down from backstage from our producer. So yeah.
Every single person I've spoken to said, like, what? Why are you moving? Like, what the? It's a girl. It is a woman. Like,
love does strange things.
Yeah. The only reason men move. I'm convinced of it. That or the military.
Well, the only reason, the other good thing is she's a geocacher as well. You see, so I wouldn't do it for any other reason. Those who cache together stay together. So
there you go. Now, have you been to a Tim Hortons?
Sorry, which? The Tim Hortons?
Have you been to a Tim Hortons?
What's a Tim Hortons?
Oh, thank you. Okay,
no. That's a no then.
I have been to Canada. I have been to Canada, but I was at White Rock. You see, and I went in my self-drive tour through US back in Cincinnati days, like 2 years ago now. That's the last time I met you, Chris, as well in person. Was just before Cincinnati. We had I think did we have a beer together? I don't think we did. We met on the street. Yeah. Well, that didn't sound good, but you know what I mean.
We were just walking the street together.
We were. And we literally bumped into each other.
Exactly.
As well. Yeah. We got a photo to prove it and everything, which is good.
That was a nice event. It was very casual.
It was. I actually did a Periscope and a karaoke. There was a karaoke pub there right on the corner. I'm for a singer, I'm a good dancer. I'll give you the hot tip right there. Like, I'm terrible when it comes to the singing, but I think I did. I come from a land down under. Just something unusual.
I don't know if I've heard that song. Anyway,
I know.
For the after show.
Yes.
We'll perform
the hashtag.
So everybody stay tuned.
Oh, it's going to be a good after show.
Men at work in the after show. There you go.
Awesome.
Yes. No, so I actually hosted my own event there in White Rock. And I met a few Canadians up there as well. And I was supposed to meet Jay, and I didn't meet Jay because Jay was too busy.
Oh,
busy boy. Had to do something camping or something. I think it was. That's your camping event somewhere around there.
I was off on a pre-planned road trip, so the timing didn't work out, unfortunately. No. But 2021, buddy.
Oh, 100%. I'm there with bells on. Well, and hopefully I don't have to fly that far this time. Like Jersey, not from.
It's still pretty much a long flight, but you're taking a lot of hours out of it.
Oh, mate, no, it's not long when you compare. My last flight I did was from Houston to Sydney, and that was like 17-hour flight. Yeah, that wasn't good.
That's rough.
Oh, as I came back, as I landed here in Australia as well, I started coughing, and everyone's gone, "Oh, you've got the Rona," so I had to go and get tested, and then stayed in my house for 2 weeks and did all that sort of stuff. So,
Wow.
lucky enough, I just had a cold.
There you go.
Just a cold.
Just a cold, mate. But anyway, what about this trivia night tonight? You excited for trivia? Do you guys even know some of the questions or the answers?
Sorry, are we doing something else tonight?
Oh yeah.
I thought we were just talking with you guys. Yeah, we're excited. We're all excited for the game show. So, Craig, why don't you take us through how this is going to work?
Okay, guys. Basically, I find it easiest if you do have a mobile device to download the Kahoot app on your mobile device. It's a lot easier. You can, because you need to watch us live right now to actually get the questions. You see, the mobile device will then become just your answering device. So you'll have four different screens in most cases, different shapes and different colors as well. So if you're colorblind, you can still go through and answer it. And it basically is fastest fingers first. So each question will have a specific amount of points dedicated to it, but the quicker you answer, the more points you get. But be careful, because sometimes you answer too quick and get it wrong and you get 0 points. So that's the way it works, mate. That's pretty much it. You can do it on a web browser as well, but you'd have to obviously have 2 separate web browsers open at the same time, one to watch this live and the other one to have the answer for the questions. So yeah, that's the way that you can actually do it, the Kahoot. It's a great app, and it's. I developed these questions. So these questions I didn't make these questions themselves up. Some of the answers I've made up because you guys only gave me the correct answer. That's it. Like, I had to make up 3 of the others. I tell you, I've done some research doing these answers up. You know,
I can attest to that. So I did the quality control for Craig, and I got to say, he's come. He definitely did his research. Ian's got your number.
Ian knows me from a few different other podcast activities as well. So Ian does. I can't cheat this, mate. I can't cheat. I'm not playing, so I can't cheat myself. I'm hosting, so it's different. Now, I will say this as well. When we end the final clip, I will say this, and that is brilliant. I loved it so much, and I hope you all do too. So, but we'll leave that right to the end. That's a little kicker. You've got to stay around for the ending. You have to stay around for the ending for this one.
Nice. Well, we've got so many people asking in the chat, how do we've downloaded the app. Now, what do we do?
Okay, once you download the app, you go into in the very middle of the screen, it should have a enter pin. So click that button and it will come up with a screen for you to enter the pin. There it is there, guys. There's the pin. Enter that pin is 9711758. 9711758. I always think I'm a bingo caller.
Man, that's my phone number. How did you know that?
I know, right? Don't worry, Jay. I've got your number. When you enter it, guys, make sure you put your geocaching name so we know who we're talking about, because as always, we only know geocaching names. Oh, look at that. I can see on a boat. Look at, yeah, there we go. They're all joining
they're
up.
popping right in there. Yeah.
Awesome, you guys.
Exactly. Good to see. Now, because this is a paid for app by myself, and so there can only be up to 50 players. So make sure you get in first, guys, because there can only be 50 players at a time.
It's filling it fast.
It is. Look at that, 33.
33.
So
Wow.
So you guys know this is the most players I've had on a trivia night, and I've done about 10 or 11 of these now. So good.
Good.
Wow.
Cranking right up there. You say trivia night, but it's actually what, Friday afternoon for you, or what?
Yeah. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm actually between night shifts myself.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm a night shift last night, night shift tonight. So
Wow.
it's
Well,
right
thank you so much, Craig, for
Absolutely.
joining
We're
us.
really glad you're here.
anytime. I love doing these trivia nights. Yeah. So let's see all these people we've got. Look at them all now. Subway Mark, Highlands guy, the smart couple. Oh, I wonder if they're going to win.
Well, with a name like that,
I will
I think
say.
everybody else should just give up at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
we're a couple in here.
Yeah. You got Donners in there. And all kind of
Hey,
people.
Donners. Yeah.
Yeah.
Donners is in there. We've got lots of names to recognize in here.
Yeah. GeoNav Pros,
CRF
Rose is there.
98. Yeah.
terrible.
I only know a handful. I know GSMX too. I know him. GSMX 2 actually hosted an event for me in California the day before I left the state, saying goodbye to see my show. I thought that was really, really nice, and that's where I met.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott's a wonderful guy and such a wealth of knowledge too.
Yeah.
Such a wealth of knowledge.
You're going to make his head explode, but it's true. He really is a nice guy.
Yes, he is.
Just don't tell him.
No. The best part about him though is he's actually his little puppy, his little dog. It's like he's got the cutest
Yes.
dog that he takes with him everywhere. So
That little dog has more geocache finds than I do.
oh yeah, me too, mate. I think
Genius is asking for the pin. It's right on the top of the screen there, 971-1758.
It's in the chat there too.
that's
You're cranking along. 41 players. Should we give them a couple more minutes before we get going?
A couple more moments.
Yeah, Islands guy was on top of that.
Man, this thing's gonna max out.
98 was on top of that. Wow.
Yeah, hopefully
So-
it does.
That's our goal.
Yeah,
There you
Three
go.
Hams is saying that his app doesn't show all the names. Don't worry about it. You're all good. All it should
Yeah.
say is you're in, and you're
Yeah.
So you got the right screen, man.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, as you go along, as we go along, guys, and you answer these questions, you will get the right or wrong answer, etc. We all play together, all at the same time. After each question, we actually have a 5-person leaderboard. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth leaderboard after every single question, and that is so interesting to see the different changes that happen within the leaderboard. That's always fun to see. No one else, if you don't think you're that sort of smart, or if you're a bit worried about it, no one else will see where you are, guys. If you're not in the top 5, no one else will see exactly what place you're at. So you don't need to worry about it too much. Some people say that. Some people say, they get worried. Oh, I don't think, I'm not going to play because this, that, and the other. So
It's weird. I've seen
All
the number of players go up and then back down again. So
Yeah.
somebody lost
People-
connection or something. But
Maybe somebody closed a tab or something. Yeah.
yeah, we're getting
They do.
close though. 43.
And
Yeah.
7 more.
8 more now.
there you go.
Well, 42 is the ultimate answer. Maybe we
It
should.
is.
Oh, back-
43, okay.
Actually, there's another person I just saw in there as well. Firesafe. He's Australian.
Mhm.
There you go. He's from South Australia. Firesafe.
Awesome.
Again, another
Excellent.
Floridian Australian.
All right.
All right, you want to make a start?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
the
do
numbers
so.
have stabilized here. Oh, someone just-
44.
Oh, we
in
got
there.
we
Oh,
we've got
Bellagio,
a
yeah,
little sometimes
Bellagio.
2 dog in there.
Okay, the
Jeff-
44 club. How ridiculous would be so proud. Well, hopefully everybody's ready to play because, the 3 of us normal hosts, we're just going to hand it over to See My Shell and sit back and watch the fun.
Yeah, enjoy it, guys. Enjoy it. Just to let you know, if you do get booted out throughout the game itself, the pin code will always be on the screen for you guys. So, is that the geocaching vlog? Is that Josh just joined in? I think it might be the GCV.
How
Oh,
about that?
Mm.
All right, guys, let's make it. Actually, you know what? I'll put some music. Look at that. Some music going as well. All right, guys, let's get a start. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's Caching in the Northwest Geo Trivia Night, hosted by myself and the Caching in the Northwest crew. Don't need to answer this first question. It's just a welcome. That's all it is. And we go up round 1. Now, round 1, guys, is all about the WSGA, the Washington State Geocaching Association. Again, all these questions were handed to me. I didn't make up some of these questions. You can't blame me for them.
some of this stuff you just can't make up.
You can't. Yeah, absolutely can't. Remember, correct answers only get points, and it's all based upon your speed. All right, guys. First question we have is a quiz. When was the Washington State Geocaching Association founded, the WSGA? When was it founded? Was it October 8, 2002, September 10, 2001, September 8, 2002, or October 10, 2001? I've written it in the USA way.
Ooh, look at the answers pouring in.
Yeah, they flick through pretty quick. So there is about I think it's about an 8 or 10 second delay between when you can answer the questions and when you see the question. Don't worry about it, guys. Everyone's in the same boat. No worries with it at all.
So
Except
Craig, I
Ronald.
want to know, can MC3 Cats and Baja Betty interject and lampoon anybody who's playing the game?
Unless they're actually at their home and move their finger off the screen, and they're probably not. No, I'm the only one. I am in control of the harpooning. So if, but at this stage, I've only ever had to harpoon one person once. They kept on logging in with different weird names, and I can boot them from there. So
Someone
Yeah.
trying to work the system, huh?
oh, they're trying hard. Yeah, it didn't work for them. They
So does this end once everybody's got their answers in?
once everyone's got the answers in itself, it goes through. And there
There we
is
go.
guys, September 8, 2002. 17 people got that right. September 8,
Nice.
2002. Nice. Says that's a long time, guys.
Hmm.
You've done a good
Yeah.
job so far. Yeah. All right, let's see this leaderboard. The first ever leaderboard. There it is. Highlands Guy is first. Highlands Guy is first off the bat, followed by Boomer, Jay, Three Hams, and Mrs. Landsharks. She's in there as well. All right, guys, next question is another quiz. What threat was the motivation for the formation of WSGA? What threat? Was it the geocaching HQ requirement? Was it the Washington State Parks was threatening to banning of geocaches? There was no threat at all. It was just formed for fun. Or was Washington's native nettle, Urtica dortica? I can't even say that right. Like, what is it, Jay? What is it? Oh, you wouldn't know either, would you?
No, MC3 Cats knows the answer to that.
Oh, MC3 Cats. How do you pronounce that one? The last one?
The Urtica and the Dioica. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Urtica dioica.
You don't want to run into those, basically.
It's some sort of stinging nettle, is it? That sort of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. You
Not
know
a
it when you touch it.
Stinging nettle sucks. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, normally they just sting, but anyway.
Just they're really annoying.
Yeah. It's leeches that do the other.
Oh, there you go.
There it is. Well, there it was, guys. The Washington State Parks were threatening to ban of geocaches. So 37 of you got that correct. And you know what? That's exactly the same as the reasons why GC New South Wales here in Australia was formed as well, for the exact same reason. Our national park said, nope, get out, geocaches, get out. So, and in Australia's very first geocache is actually placed in a national park, and it said it is the oldest virtual you can actually obtain. There you go.
Oh,
Wow.
that's interesting.
Australian information for you. All right, let's see this leaderboard. Jay, which one of these people do you know on the leaderboard?
Who do I know personally?
Yeah.
I know every single one of them personally. I've met every single one of them.
Look at that. Good work, guys. Highlands Guy still in the lead. The GCV's up in third place. Mrs. Landshark still in fifth. All right, guys. Next quiz question we have is, how many geocaches in attendance during the first meeting of the WSGA on September 8, 2002? How many geocaches were actually in attendance in the first meeting in September 8, 2002, which was the question we had before? Was there 18, 21, 20, or 19?
Get those answers in. The faster you answer, the more points you get.
And that's what they do. That's what they do.
Now, I thought it was just one. So I guess I would have been wrong.
You would have been.
It was all done by one person.
Yeah, started by one person.
Yep.
You know, it was easy to get all the votes passed. They all passed by 100%.
It would have been
unanimous.
Yeah.
Unanimous decision. Retro is saying he's got no idea. He guessed. Well, that's what happens sometimes, you know.
Exactly.
I'll be honest
That's
with
why
every.
I play most games. Yeah.
Exactly. When in doubt, press C. Isn't that what you always do?
Often how I go
All
about
the
it
above.
as well.
Just for everyone's info as well, all these answers are randomized. So so I've got nothing to do with it. When I say when in doubt, press C, it's not a hint. It's not a hint. There we go. 19 when in attendance. So a part of it was anyone there from you guys first in 2002? Anyone that's in the chat now? No?
There is a couple of famous geocachers though that were in that group.
Mhm.
I think I had a bonus question I threw in there. I don't know if it's going to make it in the game or not, but maybe I won't say anything in case it did.
Yeah.
I'll just
Okay,
be
we'll
quiet
talk
now.
Better not give anything away.
All right. Who are those lucky 17? Here we go. Oh, look at that. See that?
Ooh, things shifted up.
Massive shift. All the top 5 are all gone. They're a brand new top 5 with Jay Moon in the lead. Ozfox from Australia is in second place. Must have either wealth of knowledge or lucky fingers, one of the two. Next question, guys. The WSGA consists of how many chapters? How many chapters? Is it 7, 4, 5, or 6? So when I read this question that you guys gave me, I thought to myself, what is this, a motorcycle group or what? Like, you know.
That's what we are.
How many chapters is there, guys? 7, 4, 5, or 6? Now, some of these photos as well, I found it quite not hard, but you know, Google is the best for photos and whatnot as well. So that one there is one of your, I'd dare say, one of your trackables, or is it all the back one?
It is.
You might find if you got to interject at any point in time to talk about the photos, you know, if you got coins for sale, often all that sort of stuff, let me know. Just jump straight in.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which tag that is, because it's the back of it, of course. But
yeah. And I tried to log it too, and it didn't work for some reason.
We'll have to come up with a tracking code with just X's on it next time.
Well,
See how
yeah,
that works.
exactly. Seven chapters in total. I found it very interesting actually when I did my research in regards to this, because I'm proudly part of the GC New South Wales group here, and we've just got the one group. That's it. You got 7 chapters. I thought that was amazing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it covers the whole state, so we got a representative pretty much in every corner.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Also,
I mean, I was going to say our state is pretty much almost the same sort of size as California here in New South Wales, and we've just got the one because the numbers aren't there. So you've got more numbers over there than what we've got. So yeah. All right, let's see this leaderboard, guys. Well, on a boat.
On a boat. And Geo Travelers snuck up into second.
I haven't seen the smart people yet. Where are they?
I think we're looking at the smart people.
Exactly. All right, guys. Next question we have is another quiz. The WSGA board is comprised of how many board members? Is it 12, 13, 10, or 11? So we're talking about the actual board members. The WSGA board is comprised of how many board members? And when I say board members, I'm not talking about people that are, don't really want to be there, but I'm bored by different.
They're just bored to death.
Oh, exactly. The members are all bored. Like, what are you doing there?
That's awesome.
Well, we have UDAC in the chat who says these are tough questions for the non-Pacific Westerner.
Absolutely, and they are.
And Carlos says they're tough questions. Period. I've lived here my entire life.
Oh, they are. They absolutely are. Just for everyone's info, we've actually got 3 parts to this trivia night tonight. The first one is the WSGA. After that, we have the BCGA as well, and then we have caching in the Northwest as the last. And that's all double points, guys. Just to let you know, all double points for you guys. Caching in the Northwest, double points.
That's how we roll.
Yeah, exactly. There we go, guys. 11 board members in total. Who can say all 11? Who's
Well, there's one for each chapter. Each chapter has a chapter rep, so they're on the board. So that's 7.
Yeah.
And then you have secretary, treasurer, VP, and president. So there's your 11.
So there's your 11 in total. Very interesting. I like that idea. It's good style.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. This leaderboard on a boat is still number 1. Sprouter comes up into second place. Geo Traveller is still in third, and Ozfox from Australia is down there in 5th place. See, from Australia, like me, all the way across, and it's still going through.
Craig, every time you say that, I just want to go Australia, Australia, Australia. We love you.
All right, guys. Next question we have is: what is the name of the current active oldest cache in Washington State? Is it GCD, GCC, GCE, or GC8? That should be, people should know this one, surely.
Just be careful because the show might end.
I did try and make it a bit more trickier, but we'll see. As I said, you guys only gave me the answer. I had to make up the other 3. Now, this one here, a little on the side note. So this particular one here, I actually accidentally logged when I was over there in the US. Because I logged the wrong one. I logged that one instead of the one on the other side of that highway part.
All right.
Yeah. I got an email from one of the CEOs saying, it's really snowing up there. I don't know how you got that cache. I went, no, wrong one.
So Craig, what you don't necessarily know, which is why there's a lot of these comments about podcast is over, end of the show's over in the chat, is that we have a running gag with this show that when the name of that cache comes up, that's it. We're done. The show's over.
Well, I'm not saying the name of it. I'm just saying. No, show's not over, guys. Stick around. Show's not over.
Hey, look at that. 39.
GCD. I like it. And the only cache still available, apparently, with the 3 letters. Is that right? Am I wrong?
No, I think there's some others in Oregon that's still.
No. Oh, is there?
Like there's a GC, I think 8. Actually, I think there is a GC8 or GC7 or I don't know. I forget the numbers down there, but they have a few down there that are old timer caches like this one.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
And it's June of 2000, so it's It is a special
Very-
cache.
yeah.
Yeah, if
And it's
not,
a
that's
nifty little hike up to it too. So when they said if you're
You're
doing it
wondering-
in the winter, yeah,
one that I didn't
No,
do.
you're not.
better have trek poles and snowshoes for that one.
Yeah, that's what I got told. I'm like, no, wrong one. Sorry. All right, guys, let's see this score. On a boat, it's on a roll. Look at this.
Man,
He's on fire.
well, Sprouter's staying up with them.
Yeah.
6 in a row. On a boat, 6 in a row. Geo Travelers is still there. I am
And I am.
joined in. Ah, nice. All right, guys. Next question we have is another quiz. What is the name of the longest running mega event in Washington State? Is it going A, the Tri-Cities Geocoin Challenge, WSGA Mega, or HQ 20th Anniversary event? What is the name of the longest running mega in Washington State?
idea.
Oh, look at this. Jay.
You know, that might I had to think about it for a moment, and I talk about these events all the time.
Yeah, that's right. And as I said, you guys gave me just the correct answer, and I had to look up at all the others and thinking, what else am I going to write?
You want to come out here now, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
After
I do.
looking at all these.
This
Yeah.
one's on my bucket list, so this one will be on my bucket list for 2021. Don't worry about that. I'll be over there for that.
Are we done, or should I show off the
Look at
the Tri-City Geocoin Challenge, the last one they handed out?
that is pretty.
Look at that. Looks like an atom.
Yeah. Or it could be an Eve too. You can't be gender
Oh,
biased.
that's true. Sorry. That was sexist.
Going ape it was. Going ape. 30 of you got that correct. Look at that. See? Tri-City Geocoin Challenge 13 got that wrong. Ha ha ha. You can blame me. No. That's
They're
my-
right behind though in terms of the longevity. That is the next one.
That
down the
is.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
On a boat says, I believe they're a year apart.
Yep.
I think they are.
That is true.
There you go. Interesting. As I said, that's all my research.
Well done, Craig.
So well done. Oh,
J-Car's jumped into 5th place now as well.
Nice.
but the top four stayed in place.
Man, on a boat's rocking it.
Oh.
We'll rock it
Don't
too
rock the boat.
on the water.
Hopefully he keeps his wind in his sails. All right, guys, let's next go is another quiz. To geocache in this town, you either need a boat or have a passport or enhanced ID to get there. What town is it? Is it Fox Island, Samish Island, Point Roberts, or Blaine? Again,
Good question. I like this one.
the heck out of this one.
I couldn't resist this one only because it is a unique place.
It is. It is. And when I got this question, I went, what is he talking? And then I researched and went, I like it.
It's quite a bit of interesting history behind that one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah. I like it. I wonder if on a boat we'll get this because you need the boat to get there. We'll soon see. Who knows? Fox Island, Samish Island, Point Roberts, or Blaine?
Just finding our ways. As I like this one because I finally know an answer.
This was a kind of a toss for the Canadians because I figure a lot of them would know this one.
Yeah.
That's
It's
right.
a hit.
Most of the Canadians should know this one, I think. Yeah, for sure.
And there he goes. Ian says, nope, his streak is up unless he's actually guessed this correctly. Well, you got 25% chance if you guess it correctly, let's be honest. So some people, what they do, they find themselves, they get so excited and they'll go to press the button knowing the answer, but they actually press the wrong color.
That's happened, yeah.
Yeah.
Taxis, guys, you can't go back. Nope.
No taxis.
No reset. Nope. There you go. Point Roberts 33 got that
All
correct.
right. It's like
Point
a lot of-
Roberts. I didn't. I tried really hard to get people thinking about different things.
There's a cache in Point Roberts that is, if my research is right, it's the second northernmost in Washington.
Careful.
That the Peace Arch, technically that virtual one is technically in Washington, and it is the northernmost. But there's one in the town of Point Roberts that it's you can toss a rock and hit Canada from it. It's that close. So it's like the next northernmost.
Nice.
There's at least one on the in Tawasin where you're basically almost standing on the border.
as well. So for folks who don't know, Point Roberts it's actually a peninsula that swings down off of Canada, but it crosses the 49th parallel. So technically, it is in the United States.
Yeah.
But it's not connected to the United States.
But it is in no way connected to the United States. Yeah.
Not via landmass.
Not by land at all.
No, you have to, and I think that I believe the kids in the town actually have to go over to Blaine or Bellingham or somewhere to go to school. So they have to go, they have to cross the border basically twice into Canada, drive around the Horn, and then back into the U.S. there at Blaine. So it's
well, I'll be honest. If I lived in the US, I'd want to be going to a school in Canada as well. Like, let's be honest. Because at least that way you'd learn a lot more than just about the US. Anyway, I've got to be careful. I'm moving there. Oh, this is terrible.
You're going to Jersey.
I know Jersey. Jersey are cranky people. There's cranky people.
Oh boy.
Yes.
All right, moving on before I dig myself any deeper. We have the scoreboard. Oh, look at that.
Sprouter. Only
And
red as a glow. Look at what he did.
The
You
Geo
should
Travelers
send
are
it
hanging
below.
in there.
There's
There's
all
still
the answers like Sprouter.
Yeah. Good, guys. All right, next up, next question we have is another quiz. What major geological event caused the formation of the coulees, if I say that right, in central and eastern Washington? Did I say that right? Coulees?
You did. Yes.
Coulees, there you go. What major geological event? Was it the Missoula floods, earthquake, tornado, or a volcano? And that's a picture of it right there. I had to Google that, and I'm like, that's a good earth cache right there. Look at that.
Yes, it is.
And I bet Jay's done them all over there.
I've done a bunch of them. I haven't done them all yet. But
So what? There's all different earth caches along that cliff line, is there?
Well, there's a lot of them in that general area.
it's a very, very large area. That's just that picture is just a small area of it. But I've got to say, MC3 Cats, you have one of the best earth caches. That columnar earth cache you did. That is a spectacular location.
That one was a fun one to do, and I remember I was under a full attack of the mosquitoes over there that particular day. I was doing all the research for it and getting the coordinates, and it was crazy. I was like, what is with all of these? Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that.
There we go. Fred, 19 got that right. The Missoula floods. It wasn't an earthquake, tornado, or volcano either. So yeah,
that was a tricky one, though. That was a tricky one.
It was, but I did just a gob of research on. I actually ended up picking up a book about the Missoula floods, and it wasn't a singular event by no means. It happened many, many times where the floodwaters came out of the Missoula Gap and just basically scrape the landscape, and that's why it looks like it does over there, because of the many floods over the millennia that happened.
I am so looking forward to doing those earth caches over there for that, because in the research, when you gave me the question, and I researched it myself, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. There was different photos I could actually use. That those photos would possibly give it away, because you could actually see where the flood waters were and where actually the path went, the path of least resistance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is a pretty awesome place when you start digging into the geology of that part of the state, for sure.
Yeah. UDAC says, did Land Monkey write these questions? Not these ones, no. So the questions, okay, it's a good question in itself. These questions, guys, were actually written by the representatives. So of either the two or landmark. Did you write? Yeah, you wrote.
I wrote the questions. The last questions we do will be the ones I wrote for the podcast. But
for the podcast questions.
But yeah, for the WSGA questions that we're doing right now, the Washington State questions, that was MC3 Cats.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I wrote those. What I tried to do is split the questions up. So the first part were about the organization. Then I wanted to do some of the interesting oddity things about the state in general. So I kind of mixed it up a little bit.
See, and what I love about that sort of style and what you've done in regards to the questions is that you've made me want to go there now. Just by that one question alone about the earth cache stuff, you've made me want to go there, and that's the whole idea of it. So,
if only the tourism board was paying me. Dang.
Sprouter's on fire here. We've got
yes. On a boat.
CRS 98 snuck back in the top 5.
Yeah. JCar's still there. Good to see, guys. All right, guys, this is the last question for this particular group, for the Washington group, the last question. And hopefully he didn't give it away, but we'll soon see. What is the name of Washington's most northern non-virtual geocache? Is it Buffet Beach? Is it H2O at the point number 1? Is it Peach Arch, or Dam Path? I think that meant to be Peace Arch. Or is it Dam Path? And there's the GC codes right there next to it.
And this is non-virtual, so the
non-virtual. So yeah, non-virtual. It's the
you got to think of a physical cache.
Yeah, it's an actual physical cache itself. The northern non-virtual cache, and I think we spoke about it just a little bit earlier before. One where you can literally throw a stone across the other side of the border.
Didn't give the name away though.
No. I noticed that. That was good. I was ready to jump in. I'm like, yeah.
I'm looking at these thinking, how many of these have I done? I think I've done all 4 of them, I think.
Yeah. Except for the Peach Arch, because that doesn't exist.
Well, I assumed you meant the Peace Arch, but yeah.
I did. I should have actually done it on purpose and put a big peach on top instead of anything else.
That would have been
Brilliant.
awesome.
That one's in Georgia. The peach.
Yeah, people would have been a little confused. Since when is Georgia on the border with Canada? Not. But it would confuse people. That'd be fun.
I know. See, guys, this is another reason why I love these sort of trivia nights as well, is because you get to learn so much about the different areas and different locations, whether it be about geocaching or it could be about the organization itself. There you go. 21 got that right. HTO at the point number 1. Would you like to elaborate on that one?
Yeah, it is just like I said. It's literally on the border. I think it's like I'm trying to think what the coordinates were for it, but I'm pretty sure it started with 49, so it's that close. And it looks like it's kind of right off of a road. So I haven't done it personally myself, but it looks like it's an easy almost park and grab.
Yeah, there you go, guys. Put that one on your list. GC1RG8P. Oh, there's Alan says there. Yeah, there it is. There, North 49 00114. So yeah, right on the border.
Yeah.
Well, the border isn't exactly on the 49th parallel. It wanders a bit.
Yeah. Like our borders here, they mostly follow rivers here. So
right.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's see this leaderboard. Has it changed again? It has. High is right up there. Is it high? Is it just high or HGH? Because I think the smiley face is an I.
Oh, okay.
Hi, up there now. All right, guys. Next up, as I said before, that was the end of the those particular questions from that particular group, Washington group. Next up, we have the BCGA group. Right now, at this point in time, guys, if you want to refresh your browser, make sure it's all ready to go, because we're going to start up again in 2 seconds' time. Make sure that everyone, because sometimes the browsers get a bit slow and a bit laggy, you see.
So everybody get your passports out. We're heading north of the border now.
That's right.
We are.
Great.
I need my passport and my visa as well.
on a boat, hooray! I know even less about this. Yeah,
you're not
still in the top 5.
Exactly. You're not the only one. The Quizmaster's got no idea about most of these things too. All right, let's get a start. So the night's still young. True or false question, this one, guys. Is Tree Climber BC's oldest cache? Tree Climber, is it BC's oldest cache? Either true or false. So you got 2 answers, 50-50 chance. Is Tree Climber BC's oldest cache?
I love the image you found there. That's brilliant.
Yeah, you like that one.
Cheers.
That image actually appears in my my new video coming out tomorrow.
On
my YouTube channel. Yeah, I put that particular image on there too. So that's where I got him from. He's pretty cool.
Indeed.
Yeah,
I like the helmet. It's even got the red and white.
It's just
going with the whole
Canadian.
Canadian. Yes, it's pretty cool.
I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I didn't even think of that, but I'll take it.
No, he was
the first thing that caught my eye.
Of course, it would be like green and gold here in Australia,
right?
So,
yeah.
See, that's another funny thing here. Over there in Canada, you know, the red and white is your flag, and it's your colours. Here we've got green and gold as our colours, but the green and gold aren't on our flag. You know, it's a bit strange like that. Someone's saying no idea. I think I know this one on a boat. You got a 50-50 chance, Udak. Exactly right. There we go. And it was 50-50 too, 22-23.
Wow.
It's not Tree Climber. Who can say what it is? Who read that question? I think that was...
Maybe Kathleen knows.
It was me, and now he put Tree Climber, and I'm confused.
because I had to change it up, like to make it a true or false question. You see.
Yes, tree hugger. Thank
Tree
you,
hugger,
Brian.
yeah, tree hugger.
Ah, it's a trick
Correct.
question.
Yeah.
The oldest
See,
cache is tree hugger, not tree
Tree
climber.
hugger,
Yes.
tree climber.
Ah, yeah, we've got a whole bunch of folks in the
Oh,
in the chat.
somebody's
Who,
saying it's rigged,
It's
and Highlands guy needs a hug.
oh,
I'll give you a hug next time I see you.
there you go.
I'll give you one from the other side of the world when we can.
Virtual
All right.
hug.
Virtual. That's all we can do.
there
at the
you
moment.
go.
Let's see if it's changed. High is still up there. On a boat's jumped back. He must have lucked that one in. And Falconer's joined the leaderboard as well. Good to see, guys. All right, guys. Next question. Back to the quizzes. Where was last year's AGM and Campout 2019? Was it in Nazco, Trinity Valley, Mount Brew, or Barkerville?
Ooh, I know this one.
I'm hoping I say that.
Mhm.
Yeah, which AGM / Campout? Whereabouts was it for last year in 2019? Nazco, Trinity Valley, Mount Brew, or Barkerville? Again, guys, I had to research the other three answers, and gone, where can there be like campout grounds around here? Again, Google Earth is the best.
Oh, isn't it great?
It is. It is so good. So good. There you go, guys. Which one was it? Is it Nazco, Trinity Valley, Mount Brew, or Barkerville? How many? Jay, you would have gone to that one, surely.
I didn't actually make it to that one, but I know where it was.
Oh, how many people turned up to the AGM and Campout?
There was, I think there was about 15 of us all together with the people that dropped in, maybe 20.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I love a good camp out, like a caching camp out. It's fun. You sit around the fire, especially of a night, having a few wines, and geo chat is just rampant.
Yeah,
You know.
or a few brews.
Yeah,
Indeed. Yeah.
We got crashed by the people that work the park. They came and it turns out they knew geocaching, so we bribed them for our loud noise with a whole bunch of geocoins.
Great story.
And that's a fantastic location in BC as well. It's a very historic location, Barkerville. So it's a really cool place to put on your must-visit list.
So how many coins did that cost you, by the way?
I think we just gave her 2 and some backpacks, and she was thrilled. She was a little worried because her wife was going to be quite upset with her because she was late getting home, but it was great.
Bearing gifts, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's always wonderful when you bear gifts.
Yeah.
Just not the flowers out of the front yard, but anyway. All right. Next up, guys, on the scoreboard, we have Honor Boats back into second place. Sprouters back up the line as well. Good to see. And Mrs. Landsharks is making a comeback now, 3 in a row. Watch out.
There you
Great
go.
name, by the way. All right, guys. Quiz time. What year was the BCGA formed? What year was it formed? Is it 2003, 2004, 2005, or 2002? What year was it formed? And that's a beautiful little geocoin there. Tell us about that geocoin. I love it.
It's not a geocoin. It's just one of our old pins. I have it on my caching bag.
That would make a beautiful geocoin, just saying.
It would.
Yeah. Great logo too, by the way, the BCGA logo. I love the logo. Mix it in nicely with the GC logo. Nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
So while they're still answering, do you have any particular like a shop selling your coins and stuff like that at all? Or?
Well, we do have a sales spot on our webpage, so people can go on there and order coins there. We have a new pre-sale up right now for our next coin that's upcoming.
Oh, I love a good pre-sale because that gets some money together for the. We did the same thing here in New South Wales, and yeah, I think the coin sales themselves are the ones that sort of help the most when it comes to all the financial needs. A lot of people don't understand how much it costs actually just to even run a fully volunteered sort of association. So
yeah,
there you go. 20 of you got that right. 20 of you, half of you got that correct. 2004.
Oh, the smart couple finally knows the question.
They're going to come back.
They are. All right, let's see. And High got that correct as well. Looks leaping ahead of him further.
We've been corrected. That's not High. It's Hugh. They just couldn't find the right characters to type the name in, and it is a local cacher up here.
Hugh. Hi, Hugh. Anyway, next up we have is another quiz. How much does it cost to be a member of BCGA? Is it free? Is it for donations? Is it a $20 for the lifetime or $20 annual fee? How much does it cost to be a member of BCGA? Do you like that photo, guys?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it.
Piggy bank and the cash cows. How much is it, guys, to actually be a member?
Answers are rolling in fast this time.
They are. For New South Wales, for our state here, it does cost. I think it's about $20 or $25. But that's a lifetime membership after that. So, and you get a Geo coin with a membership and all that sort of stuff as well. So that's
more people need to finish Googling their answers here, I think.
Yeah. The longer it takes, the less points they're going to get, even if they get it right. It makes no difference. You see, that's what I like about this. You know, I love how the points go down.
You just got to go with that gut instinct.
You do. Absolutely do. Yep, Ian says you should set the countdown time to 10 seconds. The reason why I set the countdown time so long is because of the lag, you see, and some people actually lag a lot further than others. So in just general, their Wi-Fi isn't as good in some cases. So yeah.
It must be almost there. I think it's only like 45 or 46 people playing.
Yeah.
Who are we waiting for? Come on, we're gonna look it up. We're gonna see who it is. There we go.
It's free. It is absolutely free. I thought when you sent me that question and answer, I went, "What? That's brilliant."
Yeah.
So,
well,
please tell me you've got every single geocacher then in the state is part of the committee.
we don't actually.
Why not?
I don't know.
There it is, guys. If you are in British Columbia and you're not part, jump on board. How do they get on board with being a member?
We have a membership form on our website, or if they see any of our board members, or we do have some reps in different areas spread around the province, they can sign off on their membership form, or they can just fill it out and send it in to us online.
Yeah, there you go. And Brian Lang says BCGA membership is free, but limited to BC residents only. So yeah. So I can't join up.
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, I couldn't anyway.
Move to Canada. Move to BC. Then you can be one of us.
I'll be honest. It's too cold.
It's not cold here. Most of BC is cold, but the Lower Mainland, no.
Where I live here, it will never ever snow. The lowest temperature it gets. I'm going to talk Celsius here because Canadians know that. Yeah, they're like this with us. They're normal. The lowest temperatures here, it gets about 7 degrees overnight Celsius. So
wow, that's pretty warm.
Yeah, it's nice. All right, guys, let's see this leaderboard. It goes through and Hugh, and look, here, Mrs. Landshark's jumped straight up there. Look at that. All right, next question, guys. We're going to get through this now. What year was the first mega held in BC? What year? Was it 2010, 2009, 2014, or 2012? And of course, every single person listening and watching this should have their will attend to GeoWoodstock for next year. I have to say next year now, don't I? Jeez.
Yep, next year. Yeah. I know. It's a ways off yet, but it'll be here before we know it.
Absolutely. And I will say this as well, from an international guest, we do appreciate the fact of what you guys have done in regards to putting it over to next year because, there was no way in hell we're coming over that. Yeah. Let's be honest. Huh? Yeah, especially if we have to go through the US, like to get there. That's not. We'll have to have a 2-week layover in quarantine in the US, 2-week layover in quarantine in Canada.
Jeez. That's assuming the borders even open, which right now it's not.
No, exactly. So there you go, guys. What year was the first mega held in BC? 2010, 2009, 2014, or 2012? Only a couple of you answers left. And GeoWoodstock. Jay, how's it all looking anyway for GeoWoodstock?
It's going well. It's going well. We're getting awfully close to Giga. We just need, if you're thinking you're going to come, then we'd love to have that go.
Look at that! Wow!
What a spread!
2012 was. What was the name of the mega that was held in 2012?
That was West Can. Was it 2? West Can 2 Island Spirit.
Oh, there
West
you go.
Can 3.
In West Can 2. 2012, the first ever mega held in BC.
It was on the island.
Ah, there you go. You got it correct, of course. But Boomer jumps in and Jay Moon's back as well. All right, guys. Next question we have is another quiz. Who is the current vice president of this particular group, the BCGA? Is it Tracy Nelson, Kevin McDonald, Kathleen Brophy, or June Spearman, also known as Neltra, Kev MacD, Barjar Betty, or Jack Moon? I had to put the geocaching names in brackets because some people would not have a clue their real names. Let's be honest.
True.
You did some serious research here, mate.
Yeah.
You're not slacking around.
No. When I get asked to do a trivia, there's no slacking off in trivia. I got to get these questions and answers correct. Otherwise, it's I'm on the line.
True.
So if you want to know about the event we on the previous question, it was Island Spirit, West Can Do in 2012, and the Land Sharks hosted it.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
And it was
Wow.
awesome.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
I know the answer to this one.
Yeah?
One of the, I do
You
know.
can't say anything.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
Again, when I was researching this one, it intrigued me. One particular thing intrigued me quite a bit, and I'll talk about it after everyone's finished answering. And I went, "Oh, wow, that's interesting," because it's almost the opposite here for a while. So, that was very, very, very interesting indeed in terms of a committee sort of situation. We'll say that. Jeez, it's hard to actually talk sometimes without giving anything away.
I know.
So, guys, just for future reference, Three Hams is saying that when we do highlight one of the chats to talk about it, it's actually blocking some of the answers on the screens for folks. So
It would be too. Yeah, it would be blocking the last two answers.
we'll have to watch out for that. Thanks for Three Hams for letting us know that. And remember, folks, the faster you get your answers in, the faster we get through the game.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll try to keep the chat between the questions short.
Oh, it flicked through. What? I don't know what happened there. It flicked straight through.
Well, the answer
What was
was
the
Kevin
answer?
McDonald.
It was Kevin McDonald. And the reason why I said it was interesting is because is he the only male on the committee?
No, we have Bob and Derek.
Oh, sorry,
Bob and Derek.
There you go. I was looking at the top, the president, vice president, the secretary, like the actual, not the committee members, the main parts. Yeah. That's interesting because here in New South Wales, it was all guys for a while, and then all of a sudden now we've got 3 women, and it's great. They do so much more work than any of the guys ever did.
We're half and half. So
All right, look at that leaderboard. Hugh is still in the lead. On a boat has come back. On a boat, I think he knows a lot more than he thinks he does when it comes to Canada. All right, guys, this is a puzzle. With this puzzle, you have to put this in a particular order from the top to the bottom, from the oldest to newest. You've got to list the following reviewers in start date order. So when the reviewers actually started, you've got to put them in order from the oldest, the person who's first started first, to the newest reviewers.
So I can't put them in the order that I like them or I prefer to.
No. Order which they published. No.
Jay, that's a different question.
Friday Practical, Salt Chuck, Cash and Cricket, and Skookum Bear.
Skookum Bear. You're gonna have, if you're coming to Canada, you're gonna have to learn that word, skookum.
Skookum Bear, yeah. I mean, really, guys, it did take me a good old half an hour or so after I researched one thing about you guys with the what was it, the vanilla and the ice cream, or what are the dessert you guys have over there?
The Nanaimo bars?
The which?
The Nanaimo bars?
Yes. I looked at that. I'm doing research on that. I looked at those and I went, oh man, I gotta seriously make me some of these. Like, this is insane. We don't have it.
yeah, it's not ice cream in the middle.
That's not ice cream. Oh,
But you said ice cream in your accent, and now all I want is an iced coffee. They put ice cream in their iced coffee in Australia, or at least in the south.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
It's
milkshake.
delicious.
It's not.
But it's not. It's iced coffee
Yeah.
with ice cream in it. It's like a coffee float.
Yeah, exactly. Our Macca's over here is the best because we have, McDonald's. We call it Macca's. Our McDonald's over here is the best. We've got like an actual, what they call it, McCafe. And yeah, they have these. They're now what they're now doing. Oh, is delicious. Is that they have like a vanilla shake, and they put then a shot of espresso coffee into the vanilla shake, and it oozes all through. And oh yeah,
Well, that does sound good.
I'm thirsty now. I need that before I go to work. All right, guys.
You can do a shot of coffee this time of the,
Yeah, I know.
of the day for you. For us, it's too late.
I'll need one. I'll need one soon. Before I go to work tonight, I'll need one.
Well, there's
Some people are struggling
a
with it,
few
I think.
people playing who need a shot of coffee. We're only 39 answers. Come on, guys.
Because they don't realize how they're working this thing in. Like, you know, as I said, guys, this is from the oldest geocaching account to the most newest geocaching account, and it comes to the state reviewers. And yeah, I didn't. What do you call it? I just mixed this question up a little bit for you, so you don't even know what the answer is, do you? I did this one on purpose.
I wonder if our local reviewer who's on the show even knows the answer to this.
True.
you're getting a pretty smug look there.
You can't. The amount of percentage to get this correct is a lot higher than just 25%. Yeah, a lot lower than 25% to get this correct, because you've got to put them in order. See, so much harder for people.
Yeah, this is a tough question.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm answering it.
Okay, last few people, come on.
Poor Carlos.
At this point, you're not going to get enough points. You may as well just randomly answer.
Carlos, as being American, I couldn't publish a Canadian cache if I wanted to. Well, yes, you can. If you find an Earth cache location, you can publish an Earth cache anywhere in the world. I've got one in, where is mine? In Wyoming. I've got an Earth cache in Wyoming. I've got several Earth caches all around Australia as well. So there you go. You can. All right, there it is, guys. Cache and Cricket, Salt Chuck, Skookum Bear, and Frigid Fractal. Frigid Fractal? Does that sound right?
Fractal. Yeah.
Fractal. Oh, I can't even pronounce anything. You guys, your spelling, I tell you. Did it change? Did it change? It did. It did. Hugh got that. Did Hugh get that correct? I'm not sure. His points changed. And On a Boat is in there as well. Boom is back up there. All right, guys. Next question. It gets easier from that one. That's a bit harder. How many people are on the BCGA board of directors? Is there 7, 8, 9, or 6? 8, 7, 9, or 6, whichever way you want to say it. 6, 7, 8, 9. How many people are on the BCGA board of directors? This should go quick now, surely.
Yeah, answers are pouring in now.
Yeah, they are. Look at that. See? They're all like, this is a lot easier. I can only press one button. I just press one.
That was a very good American accent you had.
You better practice up now. You got to work on your Jersey accent, though.
Yeah.
Your Jersey accent.
A Jersey accent.
That's right.
I can't. No. It's always going to be Australia. I've actually been asked that several times. Is my accent going to change? I don't think so.
Not at this age, no.
In actual fact, it gets a little bit broader when I'm over there. You know, I put it on a little bit more when I get over there. They're nicer to you, like
Because you get all the attention.
well, they're nicer to you as well. Like you know, they're cranky people. Then they hear you talk, and they're like, "Oh, you're from." You're from. Firstly, you're from England. No, I'm not from England. Oh, you must be British. I'm like, that's the same thing. So yes. All right, guys. Come on, guys. 8, 7, 9, or 6. How many people are on the BCGA board of directors? There it is, guys. 6 in total. 22 of you got that correct. 6 in total are on the board of directors. We almost gave it away, but we didn't from the last one.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Has it changed? It hasn't actually changed. Just the numbers. That's all. Yeah. Next one is a true or false question, guys. BCGA work with Metro Van Parks once a year for CETOs. True or false? BCGA work with Metro Van Parks once a year for CETOs. Is it true or is it false? This is interesting too. And again, she's looking, going, I didn't write this question. Well, you've written the question, but not in the way it's written now.
Yeah.
BCGA work with Metro Van Parks once a year for CETOs. True or false? And you get 50-50, guys. Come on. 50-50.
And they're the funnest CETOs.
Yeah.
We removed tree socks the one year.
Oh, wow.
We did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Done it a couple times.
We learned all about carbon footprints and buying of carbon credits.
Nice.
Did you have to take off the tree shoes first?
Yes.
Yes.
The hardest
That was
part
the
is
monkey's job.
untying the laces. Yeah. Just about there. This one's not as hard as it seems, folks.
No. Oh, there's another answer come through. Some people, their browsers are a little bit getting slower and slower. I think that's what it is. It is false. It is false, guys. They host two CTOs a year.
Yeah.
There you go. So you looked at that question, you went, what the hell? I changed it up. All right, look at that, because the reason why is Hugh and On a Boat got that wrong. So Mrs. Lang is back up in the third, and Brelang is there too in fifth. All right, guys, quiz time. What legendary creature is featured on our coin that is currently in pre-sales? What feature, legendary creature, sorry, is it a caddy, a wheeler, a Sasquatch, or a Tassie Devil? I can only really say one or two of those ones. What is a is it, am I saying it right? Wahila? Is that it?
I've no idea.
Wahila, a caddy, a Wahila.
It's probably not that one.
Gonna Google that.
Yeah, I did. I shouldn't have said that, but anyway. Is it a caddy, a Wahila, a Sasquatch, or a Tassie Devil? And see, and I thought that was actually really cool, that one.
I noticed
Oh,
it's not a tree octopus.
Mm-hmm. No, that's on our path tags for the show. Yeah.
Ah, look at that. Look at that.
That's the rare Northwest tree octopus.
Extremely rare.
Nice. Scott Genova says he got timed out before he could answer. Mate, you might just refresh. If you've answered this one now, refresh your browser. Just refresh your browser because you're lagging behind on the actual questions. That's what happens sometimes. So refresh that browser, mate. Oh, there we go. Two more. Quick in. Another one. Quick in. Those ones who come in now, yeah, you must refresh your browser. And Bob says he wonders if he knows this one. Whoa.
Bob's on the board.
Yeah. He probably developed it, did he?
There you go.
Yeah.
It was a Sasquatch. Now, a Wahila. Is anyone actually Google
I just Googled it, and it's like a cool saber wolf.
Yeah.
Alaska, Northwest Territories.
See, I told you guys. And a caddy as well. A caddy is on that list as well.
It's going to be on the next coin.
Yeah, that's right. Wahila should be on the next coin and then make everyone buy it just to know what it is. All right, guys, let's see. This shouldn't have changed that much, surely. Most of you got that correct. It didn't. Next one, guys. Oh, no need to answer this time. Now's the time to definitely refresh your browser because we're coming up to round number 3, all double points. And how well do you know your favorite podcast, Caching in the Northwest? Chris, should people know this stuff or what?
Everybody should know this. I mean, we have a few running jokes that we repeat over and over again.
Yep. There's only, guys, that lets you know there's only 10 questions in this. So if you can hang around for another, a few minutes, whatever, by all means, remember there are prizes we're talking about. So let's get straight into it. Quiz time for Caching in the Northwest. Double points we have. What time, in brackets Pacific time, is the Caching in the Northwest podcast every single Thursday night? What time is it? 8:30 p.m., 8 p.m., 7:30 p.m., or 9 p.m.? And you'll like some of these photos too, Chris. I think you'll like some of these. And same with Witsend as well. Witsend, you'll like some of these photos. What time is Caching in the Northwest podcast every single Thursday?
Yeah. I tried to make these questions not too hard when I put them together. So
yeah,
it's the last set of questions we want to.
Yeah, exactly.
I see Dora Moore's got her fingers crossed for a puppet question.
No, some of these photos that I found, guys, that you I don't know if you've seen for a while, quite a while.
Yeah, that's a pretty old one there.
We'll see. We'll see.
That's from the first block party, I think.
I think so.
Or at least the first block party the three of us were together at.
Yeah. And before they really brought in Photoshop by the looks of things.
Awesome.
All right, guys. What time is Caching in the Northwest podcast? We all should get this one. It is 9 p.m. Some people thought, hey, look at that. No, 9 p.m., guys. You made it here tonight. 9 p.m. Anyway, let's see. You know what it is, though? In some cases, people are that far behind, they're just going to press anything as soon as the question pops up. That's what it is. All right, guys. Next question is a true or false question. True or false for double points. Chris of the Northwest original geocaching name was the Bad Cop. Chris of the Northwest geocaching name originally was the Bad Cop. True or false? Now, Chris, that photo, tell me about that.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Tell me about that photo, Chris.
That was for a great geocache in this area called the Bloated Festering Head of My First Victim.
before they brought in the amount of characters that are in for a geocaching name.
It's in the middle of a swamp.
Yeah,
Wits End and I went in there. Did we do that for our 500th?
No, we did the ape cache, I think, for the
You're right.
500th. But yeah, that was one of the only caches I thought I was going to have to call emergency services when you fell and nearly punctured yourself.
Look at that. True, guys. True. It was the bad cop. The bad cop. Now, Chris, I've actually got a question for you. The personal question. Are you a police officer? Did you used to be in law enforcement?
No. Go on to the next question and I'll tell you why.
Okay. Next question, guys, is a quiz question and double points again for double points. Which of the three hosts started geocaching first? Geocaching, not the podcast, but which of the three hosts started geocaching first? Was it Wits End, Land Monkey, or Chris of the Northwest? All right, Chris.
So Wits End and I worked together.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were both in IT, and it was a 2-person IT shop. And it just kind of worked out that he was the good cop and I was people, he would often say, "Hey, would you go do your bad cop thing?" and tell them no. Yeah, I'll go do that. So it just kind of came out that way. And then a few years ago, the policemen were getting a bad rap, and I thought, you know what, this isn't a funny name anymore. I need to change it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he was standing there, all bemused at his wits' end. Anyway.
Exactly.
Wits End it was geocaching first. He started geocaching first. There you go.
So the next question is, who was second?
Yeah,
I
no.
think Chris of the Northwest.
I think Chris of the Northwest was second by a day.
It was Wits End who took me geocaching.
Yeah, by a day. I saw that. That was pretty cool. All right, let's see if this scoreboard's changed a little bit. Hugh didn't actually change at all with his points. That means he got that last one incorrect. All right, quiz time, guys. We're nearly there. Hang in there, double points. Which episode welcomed Land Monkey as a co-host? Was it episode number 40, 10, 30, or 20? And there is, look at that young couple. Beautiful couple right there. Jay, tell us about that photo, mate, while they're answering.
Gosh, I can't even remember where that is. I mean, that's one of our many geocaching adventures that the missus and I have been out on. We just and we're missing getting out and doing our road trips, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, caching's opening up again here in New South Wales as of tomorrow, which is awesome.
Oh, nice.
Brilliant.
They're starting to publish again. And
I was going to say, look at what caching in the Northwest has done to Land Monkey. Look at how young and fresh-faced he was there.
Oh, well, I call it the snow or salt and pepper in the hair. It's the snow. He hasn't washed the snow out. That's what it is. Yes.
All right.
It was, of course, episode number 20. Only 6 got that correct. Look at that. You thought these questions were easy, Jay.
Well, okay, fair enough. That one was a little tricky.
Yeah, episode numbers are tough.
They are. All right, let's see if that's changed. Oh, look at that. The top 5 all got that wrong, but they still remain top 5.
Still hanging in there.
They are. Quiz, guys. Another quiz time. Double points as always. How did the hosts perform the 100th episode on the podcast? Was it with puppets, in the dark, upside down, or in snow gear? So how did the hosts actually perform the 100th episode of the actual podcast? This is going back for a little while now.
I know somebody was really waiting for this question. I know that.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to disappoint. I had to put this question into
Yeah. This really did intrigue me when you gave me the. Oh, look, what the heck?
Did you go watch the 100th episode?
I didn't, because I'm still working. I'm working full time. I'm in between night shifts. No, I didn't. I should have. You know what? I will, and everyone else should too. After you watch this, guys, if you next tomorrow morning, jump onto the podcast and have a look at the 100th episode.
Yeah, that's one that's worth watching on YouTube, mostly for our guests' reaction.
Yeah. Our guest who we did not tell that we were going to do the podcast that way.
Exactly, because everyone's like, we can't see you. It's too dark. No, I'm only joking, guys. It was with puppets. And look at that 38 got that. They know you guys. Look at that. You.
Doramore's never been the same since.
I like it. All right, another quiz, guys. Quicken this up now. Double points. It is, what frequent return guest of the podcast is owed a bandana and a plate of the Nanimo bars? Is it Limax, Rock Chalk, See My Shell, or Land Sharks? What frequent return guest of the podcast is owed a bandana? Look at this. Look at those points. Good through. Jeez.
If you've been watching the
maybe
show
all of them.
recently, you know the answer to this one.
Yeah. See, this is the photo that I got, and this is the one that made me drool. This photo made me drool.
Those are good, man.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's some good stuff in Nanaimo bars.
Yeah.
So next year, you make sure you got your food tickets for
GeoWoodstock.
GeoWoodstock.
Yep.
Because this is what you're missing out on.
Exactly. Look at that, guys.
There you
38. You've got that correct. It is an actual fact, Rock Chalk. It's not me. I think this is my first time on your podcast. I do believe. Anyway, well, on this side of the fence anyway, not the other side. I'm normally in the chat room. All right, guys. Hugh's got that correct. Keeping it moving on. Another quiz time. Another quiz. Double points. We have of this episode, how many episodes of Caching in the Northwest have there actually been? 355, 360, 344, or 350? How many actual episodes have there been? Surely you can actually look at just the title of this podcast.
I was going to say, does it show at the top of the screen?
It should be on your screen. Well, actually, on the bottom of your screen, it is underneath it. It should be on the bottom.
See, I tried to make some of these easy for you, listeners. So,
It's definitely a softball question for sure.
I know. It's like, can everyone just look at the particular number and just recreate what it is?
No, it is not a trick question, Alan.
No, it's definitely not a trick question. And again, fastest fingers first. That's the best part about this one.
Carlos says, so I have a chance?
Yeah, exactly. At 35, you got that correct, which is 355. There's 5 that got that. The 5 got that incorrect. They're punching the numbers as quick as they possibly can. That's what they're doing. I know you if you get that wrong. All right, guys. Next question we have is another quiz question, and that is for double points. As always, which other podcast did Chris of the Northwest get his start on? Was it the Geocaching podcast, Geocache Talk, the Geocaching podcast the second time? What? Or Police podcast? What?
Oh,
where did that come from? Jay, I thought you said you looked at these, you proofread all these for me.
I did. I don't know how I missed that.
We'll blame Jay. Don't blame the messenger.
It's a trick question. There are no other podcasts.
Exactly. Well, we know his original name now, you see, so I'll put that in there as well. So,
How come I have the song "Don't Stand So Close to Me" in my head now?
That's coronavirus.
Because you're trying to throw people off. That's fine.
That's a great photo, Chris. That's a great photo you got there, mate.
That's the
Look at
quarantine.
that hair.
I
That was
know.
just buzz cut right off there.
No, I'm still stunned that we missed the proofread on that one.
Yeah. It was the Geocaching podcast.
Yeah, but now that's kind of screwing up some people who
I know.
Got the other
right
one.
answer.
That
The wrong
one-
version of the right answer.
You got the correct answer. It is the Geocaching podcast in the red, not in the orange. Anyway, what can you do? IHAM has jumped up. Next question, guys, is another quiz time for double points, and that is, what city do most of the Caching in the Northwest hosts live in? What city do most of them live in? Is it Langley Township, Tacoma, Olympia, or Bellingham? Did I say that right?
Pretty good.
There you go. Again, I had to do my research on this and go, all right, where does the other one live? So, yes, I became a very good stalker.
Oh,
You got to have skills, man.
now I'm a little worried
Yeah.
if you
What are you
found
worried?
out so quickly where I lived.
Oh, it's not that hard, Chris. Let's be honest. You used to be the bad cop. You weren't the good cop. All right.
There we go.
Tacoma it is. 36 of you got that correct. Very good to see. Let's see if this changes the leaderboard at all. No, they all got that right. All right. So I think this is the second last question, maybe, or third last. Wits End is also a very accomplished performer of what traditional dance style? Wits End, is it shoe platter, ballet, ballroom, or tap? Which dance style is he very accomplished at? And again, that's the same photo.
Yeah, same
guy.
catch.
Yeah.
What a good looking cash container. How did you ever find that?
I just
didn't
threw
recognize
you
that.
through the brush.
Yes, you did.
The mustache put me off. Have a look at the mustache. It's like looks normal. You know, like it goes down, not up.
There's
You-
never been anything normal about me.
Oh, I think we did that cash in February, and most everything was frozen.
Ooh, that's a good time of year to do that one.
Yeah. So yeah, Wits End did worry about me on this one.
Yeah.
I went over a log and somehow lost my balance and almost fouled myself.
15 people think you do ballroom dancing, Wits End, and 3 people think you do tap dancing. Look at that. See that?
Okay.
Interesting. All right. I think we have the leaderboard, but before we do the leaderboard, because there's a reason why I didn't want to do the leaderboard. We want to see this first. Wits End performs on national television. Are you ready?
Using your cuckoo clock to be here.
There he is.
How do you say zing in German? Zing. Got him. Right?
Yeah.
I thought I'd put this in.
Yes.
If people don't know what it is, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you their father? You're the father. No one told me that. What the hell? You just find out this is your father? Suddenly I'm the German Maury Povich. I deserve a swig after that. I think I should begin. Learn some dance.
And
We're
it
gonna learn
looks so much
what kind
like
of
him.
dancing is it called?
Schuhplattler.
Schuhplattler.
Schuhplattler. There it is. He says it right.
Schuhplattler. When you don't look like a Bavarian.
There we go. Now Conan looks like Wits End.
Yeah.
Mia, let us begin.
I tell you what, he does a really good job of this. He does a really good job. So let's see if I can flick through to where they actually dance.
Don't be a dick. You know Billy
Do they
Joel.
actually dance?
Gee.
There it is. Here they go.
Again.
So
No, Wits End got the made a mistake. See, Wits End made a mistake just there.
No, I just gave you the chance to be in the right spot.
So Conan, come on.
Has he ever admit he's wrong? One record.
So basically, it's just a dance where you. Did they even dance? I thought they did.
Oh, I think they're just drinking beer.
It's drinking beer on the. There we go. This is the dance, guys. So there it is. There it is, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Chris, Wits End, is that roughly what you guys do?
Kind of.
You know, I've watched him dance several times, and it takes an incredible amount of skill. Skill I don't possess. There we go.
There we go. Look at that.
There's Wits End.
There he is.
So anybody wants to know what Schuhplattler is? That is Schuhplattler.
That's what it is. Do some sound effects too, please.
Yeah. Yeah, little Schuhplattler, and then we skip up when we come up and waltz with the ladies.
That looks like Leavenworth.
That's Leavenworth.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we would have been there last weekend for my fest, but no. COVID said no.
All right. So, do we have an opportunity to see the final scores?
We certainly do. We certainly do after this one here. Chris, take it away, mate, to thank all your guests, etc. And we'll do the final scores straight away after this.
Well, of course, we want to thank you.
Not me. I'm talking about the guests on the chat room and the people who played.
I mean, you know, we have run longer tonight than we normally do, but it has been a lot of fun. So, folks, thank you for sticking with us. There will be no after show. We'll go right into the scores, and then we'll come back and thank the Land Sharks. How's that?
Sounds
good.
All right, guys. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Cashing the Northwest Geo Trivia in third place, 30 out of 36, is On a Boat. On a Boat in third. For second place, 30 out of 36 as well, is Hugh. And 30 out of 36 again, but just obviously quicker. We have Rylang came from nowhere, and Mrs. Land Sharks got 4th, and I Ham got 5th. There you go.
30 out of 36. That's impressive.
That is very impressive.
I don't think I could get that high score.
I can, Jay, I can actually send you later on, mate, the full rundown of who got what right and who got what wrong and how long in time and everything. It's great.
Brilliant. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll because we're running so late tonight, we're going to get all those scores tabulated. Next episode, we'll announce who's winning the prizes, and then we'll ask you after next Thursday to send us your contact info, and we'll get those prizes out to you. So it'll take a couple of weeks, but you know what? You've been waiting at home for months anyway. So, you know, we'll get this done. So next episode, right off the top, we'll make sure that we announce who all the winners were from this episode and who's winning prizes. And then we'll just ask you to get in touch with us, and we'll make sure you get your prizes out into the mail.
Perfect.
All right. And of course, as we always do at this point in the show, we want to take a moment to thank the Land Sharks, our corporate Denali sponsors. Remember, landsharks.ca is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. Check them out online, and they are still shipping online orders daily.
You better believe it.
And we want to thank our faithful Denali level supporters, Land Sharks, JP's Geo Designs, Limax, Team Squirrel, and Grooviel. If you want to know more about supporting the show, click that Patreon link over there on the cashingnw.com website.
Just like LG 9000,
Kid Vegas 19,
T. Sayer,
Billy Robson,
Dora Moore,
Islands Guy,
Subway Mark,
Kitty Quest,
The Geo Travelers,
Hacker Doc,
Broncos Fan for Life,
Kev MacD,
Alarobrick,
Tick Magnet,
Boomer 365,
Keats 94,
Wayne Wino Seattle,
Seebeck Tribe,
Antaeus,
Sega Hove,
Fairwood West,
The Camp Clan,
CRS 98,
Kennel Barb,
Trexer Zero,
Wet Coaster and Green Words,
GSM times 2,
B Pendragon,
M Nerve,
The GeoNav Pros,
G Nice,
MC3 Cats, there he is,
Buddy,
Team Noltex,
Logwork,
Sprouter,
and of course on a boat.
All right. Hey, this has been a long one. It's been a lot of fun, though. To our guests, real quick, if people wanted to get in touch with you and question the validity of the game results or join the WSGA or the BCGA, how would they do that? Ladies first, Kathleen?
BCGA website, bcga. I have no idea. I have no idea. Google it. BC Geocache Association. We're on Facebook too.
All right. I'm sure it'll be fine. BC at geocaching.com, says the chat lucky in the chat.
He would know. He made
That's
my
right.
website.
Yeah. Okay. And the WSGA, Chris? You're
Mr.
muted
Cat.
or something.
His
Mr.
audio.
Katz is muted, or we've lost your audio.
Oh, sorry.
There you are.
Yeah, I turned it off. It's the WSGAonline.org. We have a contact email there you can hit, or you can always hit me on geocaching.com, the message center, mc3cats@gmail.com if you want to go that route. Pretty easy.
All kinds of options.
There is.
And our illustrious game show host, C. Michelle.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for having me. I do these sort of game show stuff a little bit quite often now. I'm doing more and more. In actual fact, I've got a live one coming up on Sunday night. Just go to my YouTube channel, see my shell, Google that, and yeah, I'm having a live one on there. At the same time, I'm doing a lot of new geocaching for beginner videos. So if anyone out there has some tips or tricks that they want to actually send information to beginners, let me know. Send me a personal message or jump on the comments on my YouTube channel and let me know what you think that beginners should know about this wonderful hobby of ours as well. And I'll get a new video out there. New video drops every single week now. Jeez, I'm busy.
Wow, busy guy.
Yeah. I know. Well, and folks, if you want to know more about any of the hosts of this show, hey, we're out there. Come find us. Do your stalking work like Craig did.
Yeah,
that's right. And of course, thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Don't forget that you can be part of the show. Call into 253-693-TFTC. Leave us a comment, ask us a question, or feed us the secret answers any time of the day or night. And of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingnw.com. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. If you like the show, Click the Patreon link on the cashingnw.com website and subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and more. Give us a thumbs up or even a coveted review. The show's produced by Chris Umpenauer, Jim Paulwitz, and Jay Kennedy. It's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. Copyright 2020 by Chris Umpenauer. And folks, I normally say stay tuned for the after show, but tonight I say good night. Get out and get caching in the Northwest.